guys, welcome back, or if you're new here, welcome. I'm so happy you're joining me today. So this week I've decided to split up my cleaning in a little bit of a different way. I am going to spread it out over more days instead of trying to get a lot of things done all in one day. So this is going to be kind of like a 3-day extreme deep clean with me. So we've got lots that I'm hoping to get done over the next couple days. Laundry and changing all of the sheets, doing some more deep cleaning like dusting and wiping down of some surfaces, hoping to be able to wipe down some of our doors and windows, vacuuming, which is kind of like an everyday or almost everyday thing here, but I'm also hoping to really mop and get the floors really good and clean. So lots of good cleaning motivation, so let's just hop right into it. So the first day that I'm starting off here is a Sunday. So kind of starting off the week right with some laundry and changing the sheets. These sheets have already been washed and run through the dryer, and they are ready to go on the bed. And for those of you that have been watching me for a little while, you know, making the bed and changing the sheets, well, I should say specifically changing the sheets, is like my big like arch nemesis. I always have the hardest time getting the fitted sheet on the mattresses here. I don't mind making the beds like normally. It's just changing the sheets. It's always such a battle. And on our king size bed here, I'm almost always putting the sheet on the wrong way or the comforter on the wrong way. So I really got to get it together here, but we are going to finish getting our bed made here in the primary bedroom. Okay, you will have to let me know in the comments down below. Are you somebody that actually like irons and de-wrinkles your sheets before putting them on your bed? I know for some people that is like a must and kind of the final step of if you're going to change the sheets, they need to be ironed because they don't always come out of the dryer wrinkle-free. So that is not something I usually have time to do, but I know there are plenty of people that love to iron their sheets before putting them on their bed. So let me know in the comments down below. Are you somebody that you just get the sheets on there and the covers on there and you're good to go, or do you actually iron the sheets before putting them on there? So before moving on to the kids' bedroom, I had a quick load of towels that needed folded. So I'm going to quickly get these folded and put away, and then I'll be hopping into my kids' bedroom. Okay, so here we are in my kids' bedroom. In case you happen to be new around here, I have a 7-year-old son and a 5-year-old daughter. They share a bedroom, and in the last like month or two, they actually decided they wanted their beds right beside each other so that they can have one big giant bed. And then so one side's my son, one side's my daughter's. It's worked out well most of the time. There's a few times at night they stay up a little later than they are supposed to, giggling, laughing, doing whatever. So it has worked out and been fine for summer. I'm thinking in the school year when they're needing to get like really good sleep and go to bed a little earlier, I might be moving their beds back to separate areas, but we'll see. Honestly, our method when it comes to sleep is whatever works and helps them to sleep as independently as possible while allowing my husband and I to sleep and get as much sleep as possible. So we have no real method to the madness here. It's just kind of whatever works. And this is what is currently working. So we're going to go with it. So now it is on to a pile of laundry that needs folded and put away. So as much as I'm trying to fight it, unfortunately, it's time to be thinking about back to school. In my area, schools start back in mid-August, which is also when I go back to work. So we will have a giant shift in our routines and all of those things here in the next couple of weeks. So I'm really just trying to soak in these last few weeks of summer and sunshine and fun and just check off those final few items on our summer bucket list. I am very blessed that when it does come time to go back to work, I do truly love and enjoy my job. I'm a physical therapist at a school district, so I work with kids with developmental delays or special needs, and I just have gotten really lucky. The kiddos I work with are really awesome and super sweet. I have wonderful coworkers, so I don't ever mind going back to work, but I will certainly miss the slower pace and relaxed pace of summer. So now we are on to our next day. It is Monday, and my big chores for today is to try to get everything dusted on our main floor and like in our bedrooms and upstairs areas. Get everything dusted and wiped down. As you can see, I'm starting with these bookcases that I might dust around the stuff quite a bit, but today I'm trying to take most of the items off. I'm not taking the books off, but I took almost everything else off so I could give it a really good wipe down. I also wanted to make sure I got the tops of these bookshelves. As you can see, it was pretty dirty up there because that is an area we tend to forget when trying to wipe things down. Before moving on to the other bookcase, I decided to quickly wipe off our mantle area here too, because it's another area that tends to be forgotten when just quickly wiping down things. You know, our countertops, our tables, and some other main areas we wipe down daily, but then there's other areas like these bookshelves and this mantle here that rarely gets wiped down, so it was long overdue.
Time's always been an enemy, scaring me half to death. I fell asleep at 17 and woke up 30. So I let me down, unfulfilling expectations, wishing.
As you can see over here, the top of this bookshelf, for whatever reason, ends up being a storage area for all our different sports balls.
For hours, years I've wasted, thought I'd be happy now. Closing my eyes, try to deny I'm here. How is my life? Everything.
So let me know in the comments down below, how often do you get to dusting some of the areas like the bookshelves and the mantles of your house? Is it like a weekly thing, a monthly thing? Let me know how often you do it. We obviously do not do it often enough.
I'm too proud to hear it. So I let me down, unfulfilling expectations, wishing I could be complacent.
Now I'm over here in our foyer area, and there's two little shelves here that hold my kids' backpacks and their coats and things like that in the winter. And they are definitely areas that tend to be forgotten when trying to quickly do dusting and cleaning. Now I'm just quickly dusting off these shelves in our main floor bathroom.
It's just one of those days, feels like you're drifting away. It's just one of those days, feels like you're falling with the rain. It's just one of those days, when it feels like everything is crashing all around you, when there's nowhere left to hide, but you still can't see the light. I'll part the clouds for you and let the sunshine.
Now I have moved on to the bedrooms, and you will see that I'm dusting off the shelves in each of the rooms, as well as any of the dressers and the nightstands.
Those days, you just can't take it anymore. It's just one of those days.
This nightstand right here had marker or something all over the top of it, so I was thankfully able to get all of that to come up with a little elbow grease.
clouds for you and let the sunshine come through.
This is my son's dresser. As you can see, he's got some of his sports stuff up here. He's got his sports trophies from the football and soccer that he likes to play. And then his most prized possession is his Cincinnati Bengals football that is signed by Sam Hubbard. He's one of like the Bengals defensive players. And my son got to meet him last year and get a football signed by him. So that just literally made his whole life. So I am going to get the dresser wiped up and his little football trophies and football stand wiped off here as well.
No, we can't always find it by ourselves. I'll float away if you don't hold me down. We can be strong and weather the storm alone, but not every single time. If you're gray, I'll be your sunshine. I'll be your sun.
Now I'm on to the playroom, and this particular shelf still has a lot of my daughter's stuff on it from where this used to be her room, but I'm going to get this wiped off and get the dresser area wiped and cleaned off as well. Somehow this shelf where you can see me scrubbing really hard here had like orange and green marker or paint or something on it, so I thankfully was able to get that cleaned off of there.
I'll be your sunshine. I'll be your sunshine if you'll be mine. If you'll be mine. If you'll be mine. When it feels like everything is crashing all around you, when there's nowhere left to hide, but you still can't see the light, I'll part the clouds for you and let the sunshine come through. When it feels like everything is crashing all around you, when there's nowhere left to hide, but you still can't see the light, I'll part the clouds for you and let the sunshine come through.
Next up, I'm going to get our sliding glass doors here wiped up. There were tons of fingerprints all over both of these, so it was really nice to be able to get these wiped down and cleaned off and looking so much better. And you can actually look through them now and see outside and not just see little fingerprints everywhere. I know someday I'm sure I'll miss those fingerprints, but today is not that day, and I want them wiped down and gone. So it might be kind of hard to see here, but this is like the track to our sliding door. And if you can see down in there, there's dust and cat fur and all kinds of junk. So I'm going to try to get this wiped up as well. Now I'm going to clean off the two big windows in our kitchen area. I was hoping to get 2 more windows in the house, but unfortunately I ran out of time. So these were the last of the windows that I was able to get to on this particular day. So I will just have to save those for another day. So now we are on to day 3. It is now Tuesday of my 3-day cleaning routine I had going on for this week. And this day I focused a lot on vacuuming and cleaning the floors. So right now I'm going through each of the bedrooms and making sure they are vacuumed up and clean. So on this particular day, I happened to find the attachment for our Dyson vacuum that is cordless, which I love. I found the attachment that allows it to go over carpet. It had been missing, and it was hiding in the back of one of our like storage closets in the basement. So it's nice because now I can use this in our upstairs area instead of lugging our heavier vacuum that you've probably seen me use in a lot of our other videos. So I was using our Dyson vacuum here, and it made vacuuming the bedroom so much easier and faster, and I loved it. So I'm hoping to start using this more, especially for bedrooms or for like quick vacuums in our main living area. I will say it only lasted about 20 minutes and it was fully charged or pretty close to fully charged. So it did only last about 20 minutes. So I had to be quick with my vacuuming, but definitely well worth it. So now it's on to the main living area. Again, my Dyson is still holding on here and hasn't run out of charge, so I'm gonna continue to use it down here. I will say our bigger vacuum, that's a Shark vacuum that, again, you've probably seen me use if you've seen any of my other videos that I tend to use in the main living area. It did a better job picking up all of the crumbs and other little things left behind from the kids. It definitely was a little more stronger and powerful, but this little Dyson still did a good enough job, especially if I'm just looking for a quick vacuum without having to lug out the bigger one. I guess it just kind of depends on what you're trying to use it for. If I'm really needing to get a lot of stuff up, then our bigger Shark vacuum would be better to use. But if I'm just needing to do a quick little vacuum, then this Dyson works just fine.
'Cause I heard it all before. Broken record store. I see us together all the time. Only in my mind. Baby, when we're dancing side by side, locking eye to eye. Yeah, can you pull me closer? 'Cause lately, feeling I'm so unlike myself. Been acting like I'm somebody else. What's wrong with me? I can't figure it out. Yeah, I'm so unlike myself. Yeah, I'm so unlike myself.
So now that I'm done with all the carpeted areas, it is on to the kitchen and like our hallway and foyer area. So I got this new vac mop from Amazon Prime Day. I'll go into more details about it in another video that I have coming up pretty soon. But this was one of the first few chances I've tried it out. It's a vacuum and mop combination. So at first here, I'm just using it to vacuum up all of the crumbs in the kitchen area. And then once I have all of the crumbs and junk up, I will be using it to mop. I'm pretty excited to try this out. I hope it makes mopping feel like less work for me because I used to always hate mopping. So I'm hoping this will help out. And now I'm just trying to get in some of the little nooks and crannies underneath our little craft table and behind our trash can, some of the areas that tend to get neglected when it comes to vacuuming and mopping. So I will say, since this was one of the first times I was using this, I was still getting a feel for how much liquid I needed to spray out when doing the mopping function of it. The vacuuming was obviously pretty straightforward. For the mopping, I was still trying to figure out how much I needed to spray on the floor to not like completely soak the floor, but enough that it was cleaning the floor. So that was definitely a function that took just a little bit to kind of figure out and get used to, but overall it made the mopping process a lot easier, and I wasn't having to use two different like tools or cleaning items. It was just nice to be able to use it all in one. So maybe, just maybe, I won't hate mopping so much, and maybe I'll actually do it a little more. So that is going to wrap it up for this 3-day clean with me. I hope you guys got lots of cleaning motivation, and I will see you guys in my next one.